Okay. So how was lunch?
It was very spicy. Okay. Let's start from here. Maybe. Let's talk about what is what people are getting back from.
Right.
What is the intention? I mean, let's start from this because this idea of the intention can go in different places. No, it's kind of heavy. So maybe let's just start from this very concrete. What is it that people get back from being here with us? Do they have spicy food?
Entertained by looking at someone.
Entertained by seeing Naoto eating spicy food.
Curry.
Brian?
How was on the lunch?
Spicy.
Full of stomach. Spicy.
Spicy, but good, very good.
Oh my gosh.
So what do people get back? I think I like that. Let's try today. Let's try the cats idea. Maybe that could be fun. To try today. To try cats.
Cat video.
Yeah, because that's something that I can say. Like that's something that people can get back. Like everybody gets this few minutes of funny cat video.
Okay. Yeah. No, I was like wondering what do you mean by what people get back? Get back. I mean like.
Or how to think like this.
No, what you said is concrete, right? It's good.
What is for the people there? Yeah. What did people get? I don't know. I mean, this was from when you asked me actually that. Maybe with other words. That's how
I don't know how I said.
How I interpret it.
But I think. But you meant like a kind of. I thought that about like a message.
It could be.
Yeah. But then like it's hard to think, like because then we have to like say like blah blah, like because there's AI and there's bodies and like this kind of conceptual thing. But I think what the question is not about that kind of stuff, right? It's more like this,
Yeah.
If there's spicy food, it's spicy food.
Yeah. That's why there's something that like is I think is self-explanatory. Like it's just something. That's why in that atmosphere, that's why like the cat videos is something that works within that like. 5 minutes of cat videos, for instance.
But cat video itself is cat video. Like, people don't have to come here to watch cat video.
Nobody, if they come here, they can watch cat videos. Yeah. Like, this is a very concrete thing. Like,
yeah, it's concrete.
Yeah. That's
but
something.
I would ask, like, why, like, not about why are we using cat video, but why do we need to see cat video here?
I know, but that it goes to a more complex place. I think that will be more complicated.
But then, like, I was thinking, like, is this like entertainment or not? I mean, we don't have to define.
I mean, this is something that is just this is a handler. This is something that people does in their. So it's something that they don't have to think too much what is going on. It's just like straightforward. It's like if they're watching in the phone. Yeah. But it just happened by chance. Yeah. By chance, it's just happening here. So it's a handler.
Handshake.
Handshake. We should define it like the handler or the handshake.
I actually don't know what handler means.
Handler, I think in code is like
not about the code because I know how it's used in code, but okay. Handler definition: one that handles something.
So a handshake would be more friendly.
A person in immediate physical charge or hand. A person who trains or acts as second boxer. A manager of a political or public figure or campaign. It's very specific. And in code?
It's a piece that, like between in JavaScript thing, it's something that is in between two actions. Very specific. In code, I think JavaScript is like a handler, is like an await or an Ajax.
Yeah, but what's the difference between callback and handler? Okay, so but handshake is like when we say handshake, I
hello.
Like yes, exactly. Like handshake between us and the audience, right? so that well, not us, but like audience for audience to have handshake with something concrete.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
they're not just getting anything abstract, but
Yeah.
handshake. Like they have some kind of clue of what is happening.
Vocabulary. We're gonna finish with a book, with an encyclopedia of terms. Vocabulary. So what did you say? So handshake. Is what you said?
It's something that the audience because then it's a self-definition. You know, audience makes handshake with something, but then what is handshake? The audience. I mean, what is handshake?
What is a handshake?
Greeting? Part of greeting somehow?
Just ask
Or acknowledge?
Just ask ChatGPT. What is a handshake? A handshake is a traditional gesture of greeting or agreement, typically done by clasping hands with another person. It involves grasping the other person's hands, usually with a firm grip in the shaking around. Handshakes are commonly used in various social, professional, and formal settings. They can symbolize trust, agreement, respect, and goodwill between. Handshakes can vary in strength, duration, style, depending on the background. They symbolize trust, so that kind of it makes sense. It's a so we can say that it's a gesture of trust.
Or that to recognize each other.
Wait, so what we're trying to say is like we try to help the audience. We help the audience in understanding something concrete. Culturally, like something is relevant, something is seem to add it. Example, a pop song, cat videos. Cat videos. Okay, let's not think too much on this. And then, like, maybe I would like to mention here, like the tractor. Okay, so far what people get now is just cat videos. That's why they have to come here. Good. We sell that. That's only gonna write on paper. People get would be fun like to do a paper and then at the end is like conclusion, people get cat videos. But if there is so much about cat videos in it, I mean there's people saying like the internet actually exploded because of cat videos. There's so much going on with these cat videos. I think it's very interesting from a social anthropological point of view. The cat thing. But let's not stop there.
But then, in a way, we use it as a symbol.
Yes.
I mean, it's not. I mean, it entails symbolic.
But this is a. But this is going to a conceptual place. That's what I'm trying to avoid right now. I'm just trying to say here that is that people just. I mean, it's self-explanatory. Put this here. Okay, let's move on because we have to do a lot of things actually. So, is there other proposal, other thing concrete that we can think they get? For instance, like in my said, if I decide, for instance, to tell something about my mom that I'm not saying so far, that could be something that I will put in that category. That was something that.
Okay. Yeah, just put this as a handshake because this word is.
Yeah.
Is getting confusing to me. It's not even intention actually. So we just say what are the handshakes, right?
Uh-huh.
And mom's story.
But wait, so it means that we haven't spoke yet. We don't have to do it.
The intention.
Intention, because we have to talk at some point about intention. Okay. Contact. Contact improv. Okay. We have to then we can try this today. Wait, so we are in handshakes? Like, is there something else that is a handshake so far?
I mean, cat video is not there so far that we add.
Yeah, like in the way how we're using like the pop sound that I'm putting,
Sure, yeah.
that's a handshake.
Yeah. I mean,
The workshop is like the most clear thing normally. Like the workshop is like the most clear thing of a handshake that they get a workshop.
yes, in a way. But then the difference is that cat video pop songs, that's like immediate. You don't even have to think to get it. But the workshop is like, oh, there's a workshop. It doesn't go that way, right? Like, what is the workshop? And then you have to process what is the workshop.
Yeah, but it still is something that you get.
So,
Something that you get. Yeah, I understand why, but like,
yeah.
it's
I
still
mean,
something
we just
you
have
get.
to list up and then
Something
see
you get.
what is.
What else?
So, your story is.
My story so far, I wouldn't consider a handshake because it's not telling something.
Yeah, but if you say the workshop, then you could also say that. I mean, this is like, different ways of thinking about granularity or units. But the way you talk can be a handshake because we know that, compared to like Hydra glitch, whatever, that we don't really know what it is. You start telling the story, like the action of telling the story can be a handshake.
I will think that is more an attractor, that because it's something that it just calls attention because people cannot avoid.
Yeah, but they don't collide because cat video can be attractive too.
Yeah, like in a way, like an attractor and a handshake are kind of the same, but it's not the same.
No, they're not the same. But they can be. They're not mutually exclusive.
I think the difference, what I will say is like the difference is like the text. I mean, yeah, I guess you can. Yeah, let's put it there just for now. I think it works. Yeah, in that sense, because it just sounds a bit weird because it's like because this is actually a present for them. This handshake, if we put it there, it means that the present is that I feel just a bit weird because they get the present of my voice telling them a story.
But sorry, I don't understand.
that it feels a bit odd that the text is a handshake,
Like present and gift.
like a present. Yeah, this is handshake is a gift.
You see.
This
So
is a
that's what
gift.
you mean by what they get.
What they get is a gift.
Okay,
Yeah.
this I think that's why I was confused because okay.
This is a gift, so that's why.
Yeah, then I would think what they get is different from handshake. Because handshake is something more like a clue for them to get in. That's that's
Yes.
my way of thinking. And
But it's kind of yeah.
I mean, again, those are not mutually exclusive, right? Because it can be handshake and it can be a gift. But there can be something that is handshake but not a gift. Like, for example, telling a story is a clue that they can get. They can understand that it's a handshake.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a process that can go in an infinite places. So we have to, like, find compromises because otherwise we don't move on. We have to move on.
I totally understand.
Yeah.
But I think the problem for me is that from the beginning I didn't really get the intention of the intention. Like this thing you started saying that what do they get? What is the intention of?
Okay, I will so do something that so it's more like, and we don't have to respond this, right? What? How? This is just from the sign, and we don't have to respond it now. But this is, and these are kind of a big stuff. For now, I will propose that handshakes are attractors and are gifts, and handshakes. So let's just put everything that we think in those categories somehow there.
Sure. Something that is prominent.
Something that is like that people cannot like, yeah. Please.
Companies. When would you put Hydra here? As an attractor. But we can leave
It's
it
an
out.
attractor, yes, an attractor.
But we can, I know it's
I think
I just
that-
wanted to make a tricky question.
No, but I think that the easiest way, I guess, to approach it would be maybe just it's a gift, let's say. So it's a gift. So
Yeah, but I think that's clear.
so let's just take the attractor out and say it's slash gift. So
And or like if it's and, then I would take away the telling story. Let's put something that is handshake and gift. That is obvious. Like try to focus on something obvious. That they would recognize, and they also feel that they receive something. Or enjoy something.
you know, for instance, like yeah. So far from things that we have done, I cannot think from one. I don't think so. Like the closest one, like something that's concrete is the pop song and yesterday the workshop.
Yeah.
But besides that, no.
But for example, like a bit abstract, but if I do something funny or if you do something funny, is it a gift?
That's a gift if it's not creepy.
That's subjective.
Not so much like because for instance like it is subjective, but then it stays like no. For instance, like when we start laughing, that's not funny. I mean, even if it's funny from the outside, it will be from the outside. It is within an abstraction. There is not something concrete for the people to get from there more than. So it's an abstraction. It's not concrete in that idea of cultural situated thing. Like while doing something funny and approach it in that way could be something that is said in that way, like in terms of intentionality. At some point, you start telling jokes, for instance, or like you start doing jokes. Maybe you are doing that and I don't get it, but That's a gift, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we just keep things that what they think funny.
Yeah, doing something funny. What else? I think so. It stays there, so it will come. So let's move on. There's some more other things has to come there. About constant. Let's speak about sound first, or let's speak about sound. Shall we move? Like the next topic? Okay. Let's move. Let's talk first about sound. So far I'm using this song that I'm repeating twice. I touch myself, right? But we haven't spoken this I'm fine with that song, but then we have to talk like, are you fine with that song? What if I propose? So I propose that song. I think I think somehow it seems to me that we should have maybe maximum 3 songs. So one could be one could be a pop song. Another one could be atmospheric or kind of like in the style what you propose today. Could be more dark or more happy. What you put today is a bit more happy. Could be more dark. Like for instance, but then that's an aesthetic nuance that we can define within. Okay, so pop, atmospheric, let's say. So pop, atmospheric, and a third one this is a present for them, like the pop, like the Balkan music. That's a present for them. That's a gift. I'm gonna ask. Hey you, how are you? Hope you're feeling better. We are thinking in the performance to use at some point a music, one song from the Balkans, we want to use something that people will recognize of different ages, something that is kind of timeless. If you can think in a song that you know from your grandpa till people who are maybe in early 20s will recognize. If you can send me a link, should be like a popular, something that you think you could like, but also that everybody in different ages could feel identified, or there is something there that is timeless. If you can send me a link, it would be amazing. Okay, thank you. Hope you feel better. Talk to you later. Okay, so we kind of more or less define it, right? Okay. So then go back to the constants. So then we can check that. So in the constants so far, so Hydra is there, right? Yeah. In every performance we have Hydra. The time is could be this or could be a clock. We have to define what.
Yeah, I think clock makes more sense.
But then it means that we need to find the time to buy the fucking clock and so on.
Yeah. I mean, I was putting time ins like last time. Time.
Yeah, but what I mean is like it should be digital because like the other one.
No. I'm saying that I was putting on the screen. Not about the clock. Yeah. But I was putting time ins like the web page on the screen. But it's really hard because we have the switcher and all these things, so it can't be there all the time, right? No,
it should be. I mean, the best idea will be we just buy a big digital clock that we can also use as counter.
I mean, we could actually just use it one monitor.
There's one monitor. There's 2 monitors for this actually.
Yeah.
But then we need a computer.
I never used this.
So then we use that. Okay. So then we use time. Yeah. But the problem with time is
no time is just like a finite timer.
A timer. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. Okay. So time is
because I think actually it's hard to find a digital
Oh,
dog
but
with
it's
like
a whole
good
thing.
LED. Yeah.
Because it becomes one thing in the States.
Exactly.
And which I think will be nice in August, and we take the time and we find the right one, and it will be beautiful to find something. Okay, so the overhead cam is the never performance anyway, and also is part of the stage so far. At least for Wednesday is there.
Right.
I think it's not really good right now to start changing that.
No.
It's big, yeah.
Although I'm not really sure about the
The green key.
position of everything. Right now it's just there because they have to be connected to that, but
It's just like the milk. So what you were saying, that you are not happy with the...
I mean, it's a bit condensed.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good and bad.
But at the same time, because for instance, I thought, so one thing that is not mentioned there, although I guess it's part of the same thing, is this Hydra, is the chroma Hydra, somehow, is that I thought when we finished yesterday that it was that the fact that I was performing at the corner behind it was maybe not good because blah blah blah, but this thing is being projected with a good projector in a wide. I mean, you have a clear image of the output.
Almost, yeah. I was a little bit disappointed from the view of the camera. I don't know if you watched the video.
I watched it until a point.
It's a bit, it's a bit faded, like the projection. It's not
But it's
clear.
But it's okay. I mean,
It's okay.
I mean,
we can't do anything.
no. Okay, yeah. I mean, for now, because these are details. Like so far, I think that worked. Like because already set up.
Yeah.
It could be better, but like I think we should not start changing anything right now.
I mean, the other thing I thought is like when I was doing it yesterday, I was really frustrated because the webcam is not ideal for this setup.
Yeah.
And then because the white balance changes and like all these things that I was so frustrated.
Yeah.
Then I was thinking like we should put another camera and have USB capture and all these things, but at the same time like I think it's part of the aesthetics, right?
The thing is like when are you gonna do that? Because then we have to test the whole thing.
I mean, it's not that hard, but then we don't have enough cameras. That's one issue. And then, I mean, after all, I think it's part of the aesthetics with the webcam.
Like the way who I see it, because I understand where you go. The way who I see it is like, yes, but it's not priorities. For instance, like that all the other things that we still need to solve. So if other things we are happy with, the other things, then we can spend time in that.
Yeah, I mean, I would say like, so I think it's fine, but besides aesthetics, maybe what I have to mention is like, sometimes I just get so frustrated that, this chroma doesn't work because the color is just, white balance and things, it doesn't work. And it's not fun sometimes, really. Like yesterday was really like not working as I expected.
But then, but then maybe that's what you were saying about, I think in terms of the aesthetics, the fact that it was not so good was kind of working.
Exactly, but I was frustrated,
Okay.
Aesthetics, okay, but then I don't want to be too frustrated. Like some things that I have to adjust, it's okay, but then like I don't want to be like rushed, I'm just sharing it because, I'm not saying that we have to do this and that, but I just share that,
But, yeah.
Also, like, it feels like, sometimes like you say like, can you put a chroma? Then I'm like, okay, I have to do this, like that. I mean, of course you do the lights and, so we share the workload, but yeah, sometimes it's just a bit like more like a pressure.
But this is something that you have to deal with you until you have to share it. It is something you have to deal with yourself and your things until it's enough, and then you need the space to share it. That is what you're doing now, I guess.
Yeah.
Because it's the same with the light, the
Exactly.
smoke, and so until for me, for instance, one of these reasons, because it's not only like say if I speak about the lights, for instance, it's not only the fact that I'm doing something, it's just what in my head, my ego, myself, or the whole thing, the way how I feel in terms of me in the space with the system, conceptually and in different layers, right? But and understanding pressure and then performance and then all of these things. So my way to deal with this today was like, I need to propose to you to use a light. I will tell you after somehow a little bit more on that. But that's my way to kind of like, okay, this is kind of it. Could be a way to do something about this.
Okay.
For instance.
Yeah.
But so far, this is how we do.
Exactly.
Okay.
And also, it cannot be easy.
No, I mean, especially, yeah, especially.
That's why we're doing this.
Because time-wise, also, like, we are very short. But I will put it here, like as in comments in hydrochroma, as a question mark. What you were saying is that maybe camera or something, no? Camera.
Yeah, camera is a bit tricky.
Camera question mark. I just put it there. So this is solved. So meaning that we agree. So there's a timer, overhead cam, I guess. Oh, this was it. What else? So in this constant, the text, so the storytelling. Storytelling. So shall we go? I think we should try to go for what I'm doing and maybe I work a little bit on that. Meaning like there is this storytelling from me saying, I'm going to tell you something close to my heart, and that's a line, a constant. Or if you have another proposal, then just propose it and we'll try today. But what I'm saying is like, please, if you're going to bring, because we don't have too much time, it's just something that somehow is kind of working. Could be better, but if you have something concrete that can help, then just bring it, but otherwise...
Right. By the way, should we do it 6 to 7 today?
I think it's like yesterday,
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah. No, I can't come up with something concrete, but I don't know. So that's why I don't want to share, but because it's not concrete, but somehow like the way you tell a story carries something very, I don't know, it's not pretentious, but something. But I don't know how to change that or like.
Okay. But then once, if you find it, like maybe you watch the video again, and if you find something concrete, then you can share it.
But what about the one that we talked about? Like, what do you keep or change? Like, that's something you wanna work like yourself. Like so we said the voice-wise, the way we talk, we will stick to like one style.
One way.
Although I have probably 2 or 3 different ways, but not that I will just go different one every time I talk.
Yeah, I mean, I think in general, this idea on proposing rules, I think is that's coming from like this cage on. So I say like the rule is certain thing, but yeah, that's what I said in the comments. Like. The rule is like kind of like in PAF is like that, In PAF there are just 3 rules, but it's always like people are people, so the rules are breaking all the time. So if we said about the voice, we said it's one voice, but of course then things happen. So but let's try to stick to one voice. That's what I'm saying.
Clarify that because people see it different ways. Because for example, like when I see talk like an Asian person, or if I talk like that's already like too different. But it's different, not. But also sometimes like more like monotonous.
No, but the thing is like this. That's the way I guess I'm seeing. I'm trying to separate. I guess somehow text from voice. I think I'm seeing these two different things. So, or of course, like you need a voice to speak a text. But for instance, like say that within things that you are working on, maybe you want to share a joke, and you do it in Japanese and in this stereotype. So then you can do that voice for that moment, because the voice is a proxy for something else. I used this idea of the proxy when I was saying that I said in the morning when I start saying that the voice, so the whole thing, this thing that I'm saying, it was about me repeating all the time, just saying, I'm going to share, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to share with you a story, it's really close to my heart, something like that. And repeating this many times. I said like, there is a problem in that, right? The people after a while, because I'm repeating, it's just boring. And I said like, I have two ways to fix it. One way is by adding things in the text itself, because I want to build on the story.
Just the one that increments.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All the other solution is like, the text, it stays the same, and it's just a proxy for me to move. So I just keep it saying, I will tell you a story, and I keep on saying the same thing, but I'm just start using that as a proxy for the voice to transform into movement or into other things.
So wait, so what was it?
We were saying like, I think it was in the same, I guess it's in the same, because we're speaking about voices. So you find like a way to speak, like I guess often in the performance, the way how I remember you have this way to speak that is very neutral. You are very neutral in this voice, this thing. If at some point there is an intention that you want to tell a joke, and you need to tell a joke with your voice, then your voice is just a proxy to convey the joke. The focus is not in the voice. The focus is on the joke.
Right. I mean, I would say the medium, proxy for the actual.
Sure, you can call it as one. It's just like there is something that is, the focus is not that, it's something else.
Yeah. But, okay. So, voice-wise, you stick to one. I mean,
The rule is one.
bracelets, I would say. Because I don't know, like in my head I have, let's say, two different ones. But it will stick to two different ones.
That could be, but this is what I'm saying, like, this could be a unit for you, like these two voices. That could mean one, but you don't have to explain to me. It is like, you have to then deal with yourself.
Yeah, but I'm saying that if I have two, then I will not introduce from the beginning. I mean, from, like, the way like, my intention would be to stick to that is already there. Whereas I think that's just one or two, whatever.
We will see, because at the end, we always it will come back in a practice, and we are taking notes and watching. So in a way, I think the general thing is like, as a rule, we have one voice, or one intention on the voice.
One intention, yeah.
Okay.
Intentionally.
It's true, because that's what I'm thinking, this idea, I mean, maybe this works. Because that depends, like if you have, I start seeing, for instance, like you have more different voices. Um, Maybe you have reasons why to modulate your voice differently, to use the voice different. So you might consider all these things as a unit, but that's becomes a bit complicated. So just think as one intention of voice. And then for the text, so far today, I will start doing the same. Yeah, so for the text, Jorge. And then the way how we said, like then you were. We said yesterday that you will comment. I mean, you're doing that naturally. I'm just like, I brought that into the comments, I think, yesterday. That I'm doing something, so I'm telling something, and then for instance, yesterday at some point I say my mom, and then you start saying mama. You have these things. So, how we say this? Now, I will say these are comments. Like you're commenting on something.
Yeah, over the response.
Yeah. So I'll put this in the category of text. Voice text. Okay, something else with the text, or should we move to the next one?
Because is this something we stick to it, or
This is today.
today we stick to it?
Or not. We're now doing it.
Okay, yeah, that was good. I feel like I need more variation. But then that's something I struggle on the stage. Like if I'm alone, I think I'm more free.
Of course.
And that's why like I'm doing the response in a, I feel like I'm constraining myself. But then is there something that I can initiate? I don't know.
See if something happens, and then see if it
But maybe
happens
it's
organically
something
in the practice, and then
Yeah,
we
but
just
maybe
notice.
that's something that I will think.
Yeah.
Not that I have to do, but
Yeah.
I'll be conscious.
Yeah.
If I,
If something happens, it's just, and then we talk afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay. So we move on.
And lava. So what is lava?
I don't know. This is something that lava is a sound that I'm using constantly sometimes.
But you had it here, so I put it there.
Lava is something that I'm using sometimes. I mean, it's there.
Yeah, I know, but like
Should we use it or not?
I think it's nice to have something
Atmospheric sometimes. Okay, so I'll put it in some.
Or we could replace it with the other song that I put today. But it's a bit different.
No,
It's
but
very
like the lava is quite flat. It has a lot of
Exactly.
texture. Okay. So this goes away. Okay.
It's playing from your computer, right? Or is it? No, it's a.
The sound, all the sounds are coming from my computer so far.
Okay.
Contact. This is the- haven't spoke about the end.
Spicy food.
Okay, this is clock about the end. I mean, the way how we did it until now, except yesterday, was that we repeat that song. Well, let's talk. I mean, and this is the moment that we have to talk. What about the end? So maybe we could stick to today. We can say like that at some point. So we have to be aware of the time, and at some point, then I put this song that today will be just the pop song that I'm using. So I'll put it at the beginning, I guess, and at the end, and then we just dance, like normally how we do in a practice, like that we force ourselves at the last minutes, no matter what we're doing. So actually, I have a concrete proposal on that. Is that yesterday, for instance, like would have been, I think, interesting if we just finished the practice when I was there. Visually, it was interesting. But then was like 1 minute, 2 minutes, like, and like also they didn't understand when we finished or not. So I think that would have been a perfect finish. So what I propose is, and would be also funny, is that when I put that song, that could be a cue. When I put, so I will be aware of the time. When I put that song at the end, we will have to be in the chroma together and dancing in that space. And we'll see what happens, because that also will be a bit funny. Yeah, so we will have to be dancing together.
I miss. But then, like, so today we'll have the timer. I was checking if there's a thing. I'll try to find something better. Yeah. But then this will help, like that we know how much time is left.
I mean, normally I'm because I'm the one the last days who was following the time, so I'm aware with the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we should keep on, especially because I mean, the thing is like there are different actions and now I'm timing. When we say in, I'm counting also 5 minutes. So far we are not using more than 5 minutes, but if we use more than 5 minutes, I will stop it. Yeah. Also I time but I guess with this will be more visual. I think we should do as we did yesterday, so we use from 6 to 6:15, just for us, with the in and out. Then at 6:15 we start. I will put it here. It would be good to save this documentation. So the score of today. The score is at 6 to 6:15. We do in out. We do development time. In out. Then from 6:15, so we do the same as yesterday, no?
Yeah.
So from 6:15 till 6:30, right?
Yeah. In the first part of practice.
Yeah. Practice. And then from 30, and then from 60. It's 30 to what? No, what? Ah, yeah, so this is the workshop time. 6:45. Workshop, and today we'll have, oh wow, so we need to spend some time in there, like today, like, let's put, this website, the Hydra. Let's focus today in the workshop on the Hydra. And we try to ask Matthews if he could be today the audience. And we tell him like the way to convince him is like it will be a different version. So yes, workshop. And then from 6:45 till 7 practice. Okay, it's there.
One thing I noticed, so we were talking about the score of the end. So let's say we dance there.
Mm-hmm.
What are the things that we have to turn off?
To off or on?
Off at 0, like when the timer is off. Because we can't just leave everything on, right? Like projector should be, like shutter should be off, for example.
Yeah. Lights out, like I can do a blackout with lights.
So you will do lights out.
Blackout. And then you do the shutter.
Is there anything else?
I mean, first my computer is on, but like I will just focusing. I mean, my computer is like this, so.
It's not problem.
So.
Like same with the Zotac.
Yeah, so because before I know like we're doing this gesture, but now this gesture for me is just the lights are out.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. About end. No, I mean the blackout is like the lights are just it's a blackout. It's just. Yeah, okay. One thing I want to introduce you to today is this the light. So this thing is one of these ones. Which one? This one. Ambulance, fire engine, emergency, fireworks, TV, party, high slow. So the high slow. This is doing actually the same that it's doing that. This does the same. It's just doing the hue slowly, right? So what I would suggest is, I mean, you are free. I mean, especially today because we don't have time.